Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Rune News. We are live here at KINGCONDOR on YouTube. We have the chat, and the clock, if you notice from last week, is about over half the time still remaining from last week's episode of Rune News. I am suffering. I am dying here on this subathon. Please send help. This week, Jagex has released some Slayer partner updates, which we will dive into in just a moment. There is a reminder for you guys that tomorrow deathmatching will now be a banned action in Oldschool Runescape, so do not go deathmatching. You're going to get yourself banned. And finally, a quick announcement before we move on today with the update. There have been 2 giveaways so far during this subathon that have not been claimed. So if you signed up for the giveaway during the live streams, please check your emails because I have reached out to you to say that you've won. Come by, because if you don't claim it within like 30 days after the subathon's over, I'm going to give that shit away to someone else. So come claim it. There's a 1080p monitor and a mouse that has not been claimed yet. Come by and grab it, please. And we have one question for you guys to answer in the comment section down below. I apologize for sounding really sick this episode. I'm getting better, I promise. But my question for you today to answer is, have you been enjoying the subathon yourself? Are you in the chat right now? Are you available to answer this question while also commenting down below? Let me know what your favorite part of the subathon's been so far. And if not, why the fuck aren't you here? Why aren't you showing up? I'm live 24/7. You know where I am. My name is Ryan, but do not Google Ryan from Western Australia. You're watching Rune News on Rune News, live at Rune News on Rune News. This week, Jagex has bought us Slayer partners, which was surprisingly faster than I was expecting. I was expecting some Wintertide updates, but Slayer partners is here. Now, if you don't know about the Slayer partner update, we did briefly go over that in a recent video on this channel. The moral of the story is, in my opinion, complete dog shit, dead content. But some people seem quite happy with it. A lot of casual players, a lot of people that play with their IRL friends or their partners. You can slay together, but just bear in mind that slaying together does not mean you're actually going to benefit a whole lot. You'll have faster tasks with half the XP and half the reward, but you will be contributing more. If you contribute more, you will be receiving a bigger share of the pot. But basically, it's just it's an excuse for Jagex to shut people up asking for partner Slayer. Personally, I don't think it's going to last very long, so we're not going to go over the blog because I don't give a shit. However, further Poll 82 changes. This is big. I like this. Check out the animation. Excuse me. So, Burma Torch, Amy Saw, and the Imkando Hammer now have a right-click swap option, so you can have it in the offhand or the main hand, which I think is the first time that they've done this in Oldschool Runescape. Very impressive mechanic. This also means that we're probably going to get dual-wield dragon skimmies in the near future, and Evolution of Combat is coming to Oldschool Runescape, so be prepared for the downfall. This is the very first step. You guys remember this happening in 2012 or whenever it was? It's happening again now in 2024. That's all it takes. 12 years, game goes downhill. Next, we've got a big search for Temporos, which basically lets you search 5 Temporos rifts at a time, instead like you can with the Guardians of Rift now. Nothing too special, but I guess if you're stacking up points for your permits, good place to go. Makeover updates, some transgender shit no one cares about, so we'll move on. Other changes is full of dog shit as well, but they have actually reverted this Blade of Saldor sound back to the original design, rather than the crystal bow sound when you hit. It actually sounds like a fucking sword, and get this fucking bit, right? This is a joke. The Fang, you guys know how the Fang image has changed because they changed the spec? They haven't changed the animation, the icon back to the original one because they didn't have time. They're working on it. They need a little bit more time to get the Fang icon back. How hard is it to hold control and press fucking Z on the keyboard? This is what I imagine happened. They changed the icon, made it shit. They went, yeah, no one's going to have a problem with that. We could just delete the whole fucking folder. Got rid of the cunt. Just control fucking Z. Control Z, whatever. Like, what sort of game designers are we working with here in the graphic division? Just fucking revert it. It shouldn't take you 2 weeks. But, look, they're aware of it. They're going to do it. So hopefully next week they fix that shit. And LMS is no longer on the Osworld, so Daddy is not getting racist on stream anymore. Thank God. That's about it for the Oldschool Runescape update. Actually, very lackluster this week. Wasn't expecting Slayer partner at all. But actually, the update was a lot bigger than I was expecting as well. So, happy to get that out of the way and move on to this week's update on the RuneScape 3 update. There she is. RuneScape 3. Everyone's favourite segment of Rune News. Oh, man, that took way too much effort to try and do that. My bad. People were saying last week the RuneScape 3 segment was too long, so we're going to keep this one short and sweet. So we're not going to beat around the bush. Simple fact is, We got some EOC update this week with the Burma Torch swapping hands, just like RuneScape 3. And that's probably about as close as we're going to get to EOC, because that's the only aspect that matters. Anything else to do with EOC resembles RuneScape 3, which resembles a terrible game, because RuneScape 3 is fucking dog shit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the... Holy fuck. Oh, that's bad. Oh, alright, let's try that again. Alright, that is rough, man. That is rough. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Grand Exchange segment for Rune News. My name is Wade Green, and this week the biggest rise is the Granite Mall. Now, the Granite Mall is taking a bit of a roller coaster of emotions here. This is quite simple. Because deathmatching is getting banned, DMers and streamers alike are trying to take up PKing, proper content, PvP, trying to actually fight people on a fair playing ground, and they think the Granite Mall is the way to go for a decent spec weapon, and they're getting fucking dumpstered. The kills are free in the wilderness at the moment. The idiots are buying up free, easy spec weapons. Get out there, get yourself a free Gmall for some idiot deathmatcher today. Next up, the biggest loss is the Darrock armor set, understandably alongside with the deathmatching ban. Darrock has been used exclusively for gambling, and now Darrock is dipping into the dirt, which means Nightmare Zone is more cheap for you guys. Barrows is less gold per hour for you guys, which means Lunar chests are becoming a more suitable, viable training method to make gold for you guys on your accounts. Darrock armor in the bin. It's a sad life that we have to live now. But at the end of the day, deathmatchers, sit the fuck down. One of the most valuable traded items in the game is the Dragon Claws. Now, these are also dipping because of the deathmatching. Again, the deathmatching scene has really just fucked the economy at the moment. It really shows how much gambling has been impacting the game and how long Jagex has been putting this off for absolutely no reason other than to just not be told to do it by a content creator. We'll do it on our own agenda by the sounds of it. Dragon Claws are in the bin, which is okay because 83 mil is still way too much to be paying when the Burning Claws are 13 or 14 mil for pretty much the exact same damage, provided you dumped your specs at the start of the fight. Grab yourself some Burning Claws, fuck the Dragon Claws off, they're probably going to keep dropping. On a completely unrelated note, and a positive note, the Mole Slippers are fucking on their way to the moon at 1.2 fucking mil a pair, which is beautiful. We're on our way to 30 mil, roughly this time next year. Mark my fucking words to unsubscribe. Grab yourself a pair of Mole Slippers today and tell your friends about it. This is the point of the pyramid you want to be at. You want your friends to be here the next time that you're up here. Next week on the pyramid of the exclusively non-pyramid scheme, Mole Slippers. We have to be very careful that we mention this is not a pyramid scheme for legal reasons. However, buy your Mole Slippers today, become a rich cunt tomorrow. They're on the rise and they are guaranteed and projected to continue to climb. Now that deathmatching is over, now that Deadman is over, the main game is back on the menu, boys. So grab your Mole Slippers today, become a rich cunt tomorrow. My name is Wade Green, and that is the Grand Exchange update for this week, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for the voice yet again. I'm going to hand you over back to Ryan for this week's old school RuneScape moments on Rune News. Our first Ironman moment for the week goes to FE Scuff, who is an Ironman that at 80kc gets an imbued heart, but as you can see, it was on mobile and this man can't take a screenshot to save his life. I'm not sitting there adjusting your fucking screenshots. Bad luck on that, but we can just take his word for it and move forward. Next up, we have DIY Zinger, another Ironman. We're full of Ironman moments this week on the Ironman moments, getting his shadow, which is toxic as fuck because I'm still waiting for mine, but congratulations on a 365 invocation, taking over 40 minutes on what looks like a duo, maybe a trio. Congratulations on the shadow. Big GZ. Now we have the Beanits getting the Zik pet, getting her first raid pet, I believe, at 19kc hard mode Tob. So shout out to Beans for not only just the incredible work helping with the subathon and the bingo, but also getting a fucking pet, GZ. That's why I've selected to put you in the Rune News. I think you deserve a little shout out. Fuck you, Beans. And finally, we've got Julian, one of the Iron Men in the community, getting a T-bow and a shadow. That is a T-bow there, if you can't see it behind the chat right there. T-bow and a fucking shadow within like 3 days of each other during this like bingo subathon event. It turns out it pays to be European. It turns out it pays to be racist, as all Europeans are. Racism wins again, clearly, as you can see by the mega rares behind me. And that is the message we'll be leaving you on this week for Rune News. My name is Ryan. Racism wins again. And I'll see you guys next week, maybe for another live episode of Rune News if I'm unfortunate enough to still be live during this subathon. But I should also see you in the live stream in about 5 minutes' time. My name is Ryan. You're watching Rune News. This is Rune News, and you're watching Rune News. This is the easiest room in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy.
Yeah.